Good morning from the Office of the Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocate Center. My greetings to the Chairman, the Legal Department, all comrades across the globe, and beautiful, honorable viewers. I am Queen Mrs. Solushola. Today, I'll briefly be talking on sex education because so many people have mixed it up in several ways. You can see tied to 28-year-old Ted Ehi arrested for inserting finger into the private parts of her neighbor 50-year-old daughter. The issue is that a 28-year-old man, Teddy Eni, has fixed himself into mess and heavy problem in Lagos State for allegedly inserting his finger into the private part of his neighbor's 15-year-old daughter. A report came that the suspect, Annie, has been arrested for sexual assault because most of you felt the sexual assault or having sexual affair or being arrested or detained or sentenced or sent to correctional center is only when you have a physical organ penetration to a woman. Yeah, he was arrested for sexual assault, and the incident happened at Alexander Drive, Crown Estate, Shangotude area of Lagos. For some of you that are conversant to Island, Lekki, and so on, where they reside. According to the reports from the police, the suspect, Mr. Teddy, lured the victim, which is the 15-year-old girl neighbor, into his apartment and engaged the girl in different kind of discussion and conversation. He was said to have confused her and inserted his finger into her private part. And this is where we still want to talk about. When the incident happened in the house of this young man, little did he understand that same girl had been taught by her parents on how to speak up. Then the girl raised an alarm and reported what happened to her parents. The mother was reported to the nearest police station in the area, and Mr. Teddy was arrested and later transferred to gender section of the command for proper interrogation over the alleged conduct. One thing is for you to allege, another thing is for police to interrogate, investigate, to be sure of the true stand of your allegation. After thorough interrogation, the police found him culpable, meaning the police have investigated that Mr. Teddy actually did that. How will they confirm that? It can easily be confirmed by running a medical test on the victim, which is the girl, in a specialist hospital. It's not every hospital. You cannot just pick the girl and begin to take the girl from one private hospital or any clinic or healthcare center around your area that you are not too sure of their professionalism. The girl was taken for a test, and after thorough interrogation, the police found him culpable and then charged him before the Ogba Magistrate Court, Ikeja, Lagos, for the alleged offense, which attracts several years of imprisonment. What am I talking about? This is not that he was caught with his organ, his dick, having sexual affair with the girl. What he did, he used his finger to penetrate into the girl. He used his finger to penetrate into the girl. But don't forget that finger can actually defile a girl, as in disvirgin a girl as well. It must not necessarily be your organ or your dick or whatsoever. Your finger can actually defile a girl. The court did not take his plea when he was arraigned following a motion moved by the prosecutor, Inspector Locke Ihehie, asking the court to refer the matter to DPP for advice. There are so many cases of pedophile assault, sexual molestation, and all that. After police must have investigated the matter, charged the case to court, there are other departments that advise on what to do per time and which of the court is to handle the case appropriately. Depends on the nature and the gravity of the offense. The court did not take his plea when he was arraigned following a motion by the prosecutor, Inspector Locke Ihehie, asking the court to refer the matter to DPP for advice. The presiding magistrate, Mrs. A.O. Layinka, ordered his remand in custody pending the outcome of the DPP's advice and directed the prosecutor to duplicate the file and send it to the DPP. The matter was adjourned till 1st of June, we are just April, 1st of June 2023, formation for the report of the DPP advice to be availed, which will determine if the matter will be transferred to High Court or not over the jurisdiction. Listen very carefully. Take this topic to your loved ones, to your brothers, to your nephew, to your husband, to whoever that you feel is opposite sex. And we'll keep educating people on our page, on our platform. Sexual assault, sexual molestation, defilement, all this pedophile and all that. I don't know wherever you are living, but as far as you are within this country and the case is being reported and being exposed, and it's being confirmed that you are a culprit, don't even negotiate it, because you will definitely go in for it. The case of Teddy is not even organ penetration, is finger. So some of you that are too good in penetrating finger into the anus of young boys, girls, and all that, be rest assured that if you are being caught in that act, or have possibly or luckily the child speak out to even to the neighbor and to the hearing of anybody, including our office, you are going in for it. As it stands, he can't even say how many years you'll be going in for. And some of the pedophile cases that we usually watch on our page, after probably maybe the parents reported, and to try to ask questions if it is true or not, and whether it's true or not, we would always get the appropriate authority in to do their proper interrogation, investigation, and to be sure of the stand of that complaint or the genuinity of the complaint in our office. The office is open to anybody to lay his or her complaint, however, on air, off air, and all that. But the right authority must do their good work and proper work to have a good stand of the case. The case of Mr. Kwesing, Edward Kwesing, the Ghana man, is still on. Is still on. The case is actually being, the DPP reports just came out, and the case has been transferred to High Court, which will be updating you people any moment from now. How it ends, how many years, and so on. Such case, nobody, be you, no matter the level, no matter the tribes or country or wherever it comes from. And I want to appreciate this Lagos State government, gender department, police gender what they're actually doing in Nigeria here. Lagos State. Lagos State is one of the states across Nigeria that you can actually see this case being perpetrator being prosecuted without no mercy. If in fact, if you go to court, if you go to mostly Ogba courts, most of the magistrates, most of the women magistrates there, they are just too wonderful, two excellent women. They have zero tolerance, no compromise. So many people have been sent to prison, have been even sentenced and all that because of pedophile, so all manners of defilement, sexual assault and all that. And sexual assault, mind you, is not just, you cannot just be sued on assault against minor as in a child from 0 to 17, from 8 to 18 and all that, to 17. 18 upward, no matter the age of any man or any woman that you assault sexually, you can still go in for it. Because some of you feel you can just assault someone sexually because you feel the person is an adult, you have to claim one right. Why did she put on short skirt? Why did she put on tight trouser? Why did she put on spaghetti and all that? Giving other flimsy excuses. There is no excuse that is justifiable of you assaulting anyone or raping anyone or in any way have a forceful penetration into any woman, irrespective of the person's age, being the person minor, adult, aged. So please, for some of you men, guys, for whatever reason you are doing that, if it is spiritual, if it is for physical reason, if it's for fun, if it's for adventure, if it's for whatever reason you are doing that, you just have to desist from such attitude, such animalistic behavior, because you can never go scot-free with it, except it's not known or the child did not speak out. And my advice to parents, please, for whatever reason, no matter how busy, how tight is your schedule, always bond with your children, always let them feel, always encourage them to speak up. Ask your children every time with gift, with mindness, with joke, with play, with fun and all that. Always ask your children whenever you return from your place of engagement on daily basis, being forget, no matter the gender, being any of the gender, ask them extensively their relationship or who they have interacted or have anything to do with in your absence. It's very, very necessary. And you don't ask them with tension. You create that relationship that they will feel free, they feel happy talking to you whenever they come around you. Because the young girl, if assuming she keep it to herself, or feel whatever story Mr. Teddy must have told her, whatever he must have offered her, and not that this, I believe, this story wouldn't have come out, this punishment would have, be heard on demand if the girl in question did not speak out. So it is very necessary, very important, advisable you talk to your children, let them learn how to speak up. Because so many abuses that are going on today is because most of the children hardly speak up. It happens years, days, months, years. They don't speak up because either you bully them when they speak up, or you shout down at them when they wanted to have a conversation with you as parents and all that. So create relationship with your children. Let them speak to you more than an outsiders. Then, within your neighborhood, no matter your closeness, no matter how you as a man create relationship between your neighbors, you gist with them, you drink with them, you hang out with them, no matter the relationship between your neighbor, husband and your husband, or the both of you, either the both wives and the both husband, they relate properly, even at that, have a barricade between your children and theirs. How often they visit, whatever play they are having should be to the face, to the surface where other people can watch the children playing, because so many children have been abused by neighbors by in just using the avenue of their both children playing together, going to each person's apartment, and from that angle the children are being abused by the adults. Someone sent me a message and said 4 years girl boy, right? It's either 4 years boy slept or have his 4 years, either 4 years girl slept, a boy slept with 2 years girl. I have to check because I want to imagine a 4 years girl. Either you said 4 years boy have defiled 2 years girl, or 6 years boy defiled 3 years boy girl, or 4 years girl. I tried to ask some question yesterday that I don't really understand. Are you mean? Do you mean 4 years boy defiled 2 years girl? And they said they are both neighbor. Do you understand? 4 years defile 2 years, 2 years that is still crawling, 4 years that's just started walking, defile 2 years girl. How do you judge that kind of fact and whatever? What, and don't be surprised that that incident, that 4 years boy that defiled the 2 years girl must have been watching either his parents, uh, blue films, and all that. The boy must have been exposed to what you cannot really understand. Otherwise, what did 4 years boy got to know? Thank you, my dear Amos. Got to Folashade, my darling. Got to know weight. Got to know what did 4 years boy know about sex? 4 years boy slept with 2 years girl, defined 2 years girl, 4 years. So the world has gone beyond what me and you think, what we think, and what we you can imagine. You might be having 4 years girl in your house. You might be having 4 years or 6 years boy as a neighbor. Whereas you would never imagine that such child have always been have already been exposed to sexual lifestyle, either by by his loose parents, or by even other neighbors, or by watch they allow him to watch on phone. So be very careful and don't underestimate any child. Don't underestimate any child. Some of these children are highly possessed. When I say possessed, highly spiritually possessed negatively. They are highly possessed and they can do so many things that you can never imagine. So if you watch children playing outside, it's only in Nigeria that you find people, children, neighbors going into neighbors' apartments to be playing. And if you ask from the statistics of what we have gathered so far, most of these children are being defiled in the neighbor's house, under the nose of their parents. So their parents are right in the house, cooking at the kitchen. The child is already in the neighbor's room playing with other neighbors' children. Then one adult there is defiling them, or the house help, or the mate, or whosoever, or even the parent, the father of other kids have already started defiling other people's children in his house under the nose of the parents. So no matter the case of favor, the 9 years girl that was sent the neighbor to prison, the 58 years old man that was molesting, that defiled favor, one favor, 9 years. Some of you that have been following the case, would you remember? Is their neighbor. You usually call this girl, offer the girl sweets, biscuits, and ask, I mean, not even threaten. He told the girl, don't tell no one. If you don't tell no one, I will be getting you sweet every now and then. Then do you just imagine that when the mother of favor sighted this girl, saw this girl as in with, she was coming and like wanted to get or cut both of them, at the building. This little girl started playing with stone on the ground, started picking stone from ground, disguising and also confusing her mom, picking stones from ground as if she was just picking stone, playing, whereas she had gone to have sexual affair with a 58-year-old man who had been defiling her, who defied her family whatsoever. And this had been going on between two of them, but this girl never speak up until she was caught by her own mother. And she refused, she will even refuse speaking out. The mom had to beat her before she opened up speaking what had been happening between herself and the neighbor. And do you know that other neighbors are aware of the incident? They are aware of the case. They are aware that the man had been defiling other children around the place. But each time it happened, he will plead with the parents of the girls, give them money, and they will shut up. And when this very favors own happened, the man went again and offered the couples money to kill the case. And the woman said, over her dead body, will she sell the right of her daughter for money? She started having problem with her husband. As I'm speaking to you, the woman has packed out from Lagos. She has left her marriage to her village because of that, because she could not compromise. And some of our fans contributed money when we wanted to give her money to establish her in the village. And each time the case come up, we have to pay for her transport to provide the girl from her village. Akawa, good day, my dear. So please, I will advise every one of us, be extra careful, be extra vigilant, watch over your children seriously. Everybody is a suspect. There is nobody you should exclude as a suspect around. See everybody as a suspect. That is the only way you can be saved. That is the only way your children can be saved. That is the only way you will feel relaxed wherever you are. Sit them down every now and then. Till I lost my mom. I grew up in a family where my mom in particular never encouraged her children having friends. And if at all you have one or two classmates in school that visit you once in a while. They have hours that they pay such visits. If you're on holiday between the hour of 12 noon to 6, anything 6 o'clock, you cannot be found in our house, no matter your closeness and all that. We don't even go out for visitation. They will never allow you visit whosoever as a friend. Let's at least adopt such way of life. Because in the past, the time of our parents, our grandparents, so many things happen, but I don't think it's this porous because they have this community sanction, they have things that they call taboo, they have so many things that people do that you can be expelled and sent to exiles from the community. But these days, people find it so funny. They do it with fun, they do it for ritual sake, they do it for so many reasons. So please be warned and know that your finger can send you to prison. As a man, your finger can send you to prison. And some of you ladies also, sexual assault is not only against opposite sex, it can be against same sex. If you use your finger to penetrate the anus of a man, of a boy child, the same offense goes to you. You can still be jailed for that. As a female, if you use your finger to penetrate the anus of a boy child or a girl child private part, you can still be sentenced for that too. As a girl child, as a boy child, if you are fine having any form of penetration, finger penetration, your dick penetration, and all sorts, You can never go scot-free. And mostly, I thank God for Lagos State, and I thank God for gender department also in Lagos State, that they have zero tolerance for all kinds of sexual assault, molestation, pedophilia. They don't. No compromise. Once such case is tender, once you present such case and will do a proper follow-up, the perpetrator must definitely dance his music or her music. So thank you very much. God bless you. Share it and let your family, your loved ones have this awareness, and we'll be giving you constant updates as regards to this. Falashade, how are you doing? Carton, carton. What is carton, carton again? What a word. The end is actually here. Yes, James, you are very right. The end is actually, but most times people don't see it as the end. They still believe things are still normal. They say, the world is changing, world is changing, the end is near. Joyce David, afternoon. Williamson, oh. All right, to those of you that are in Nigeria, our highest top fan, the top share of our page will be winning a gift at the end of this April 2023. End of this April 2023, the top shared uh, fans. That is those of you who are actually accumulating and keeping the record. For those that share our page, our cases more, will be awarded, will be given. It could be as big as this house, could be as small as token, but definitely it's going to be an award. So start from our Nigerian people, then back to our UK friends before we extend to others. Because from the statistic, we are watching those that watch our case and share our pages more. Thank you very much. See you soon.